and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of the Blitz Breakdown Football Podcast. I'm your host, Ben Naismith, alongside Easton Naismith in the building.
Yes, sir.
We are breaking down both of the West, the AFC West and NFC West. Let's go and get to it. We are starting with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Best team of all time.
Bruh.
Whatever you said. Okay.
There's...
Starting with the Chiefs, they got a couple of tough games to start off. They got to go to LA, host Philadelphia, go hosting Baltimore, hosting Detroit, and playing Washington and Buffalo. Some tough games at the stretch of mid-season. Then it winds down a little bit at the end of the regular season for Kansas City. So, what's your record take for Kansas City?
Ceiling 17-0. Only team they have a chance to losing at is Buffalo, and their Week 17 game maybe. So their floor is 15-2. Ceiling 17-0. They're either they're obviously winning their division. But they're either going 17-0 or 15-2, only losing to Buffalo in their Week 17 game when all their bench players are in.
Okay, I'm going to put it like this, 14 wins is my floor for them because they have the tough games. This should start the season, which is hosting Philadelphia, hosting Baltimore, hosting Detroit, and hosting Washington.
I only heard wins right there.
So they got some tough games to play off, but I'm going to say 14 right now. 14 is my floor, and 16, 17 is my ceiling for them.
You agree? Kind of, besides one game.
Yeah, besides 1-2 games.
They're not losing to Philly, though.
Okay, let's move on from the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's go to another team. The LA Chargers is coming up next. They get to, obviously, they'll play their division twice. Host Washington, go to Miami. He hosts Minnesota, hosts Pittsburgh, hosts Philadelphia, go to Dallas, and host Houston. Overall, this team right now for the Chargers is going to get tough.
What's their Week 17 game, if you know?
Texans.
They're winning that even with their backups in. I'm going to say their ceiling 13-4, their floor 11-6.
I'm going to say 11-win season for them as well. This Charger team, Washington, Minnesota, Kansas City twice, Philadelphia. I'm going to go at least 10 wins.
At least?
At least.
What about your ceiling?
12.
I think they'll get at least 13.
Well, here's the thing. Minnesota, Washington, Philadelphia, all of those guys are at home.
All wins.
It's going to be tough for them.
They might lose to Philly, but Philly, that's if Jalen Hurts can have an
They're
actual
going to lose to
season.
Minnesota. They're going to lose to Minnesota.
No, they're not.
Minnesota, they can hang it up. Let's move on. Go to Denver. The Denver Broncos. They got a player division. Cincinnati, Baltimore, Washington, Philadelphia, Green Bay. What's your take for Denver?
Ceiling 10-7, floor 8-9. I don't see them winning that many games. I might not even see them in the playoffs, even though they might have a winning record, because sophomore slumps exist. Bo Nix, I don't think he'll have one, but I also don't see his team performing around him either. So I'm gonna say ceiling, like I said, 10-7, floor 8-9.
I'm gonna go 10-7 as my floor for Denver. They're basically the same as they were last year. They got to go to Philly, tough game. Host Cincinnati is gonna be a tough game on Monday night. I got to go to Washington Sunday night. It's gonna be tough for that too. So I'm gonna go 10-7 as my floor, and at least 11-6 is my ceiling for. All right, Raiders. Oh boy.
4-13. Actually, no, they have Jalen Milroe.
No, that's the Seahawks.
I thought Jalen Milroe was on the Raiders.
No, that was the Seahawks.
Who's their quarterback then?
Probably a nobody.
It's that they have a rookie quarterback, unless they're sticking to Geno.
They're probably gonna stick with Geno for right now.
Okay, I'm gonna say ceiling 6-11, floor 2-15.
Well,
I don't have any confidence in them if they play Geno. He's old, and if their head coach is the only good actual on their team besides Max Crosby.
So you don't see anything out of the Raiders this year?
Nope.
Me
Never
neither.
have, never will.
Me neither, especially with a veteran quarterback like Geno Smith. He's not a long-term quarterback.
Don't they have Will Howard?
No, that's the Steelers.
Who am I thinking of? They have a rookie.
Oh my goodness. Man, they picked up that overall. in the offseason and the draft hardly did anything for real. They picked up Genty, Jack Becker, receiver. Cam Miller was the guy they took.
Cam Miller, the
Yeah.
quarterback?
Yeah.
From where?
I don't know where he was from. I got to look after this. But overall, 5-win season for the Raiders. Like, I don't
That's their max. They're not getting more than 5.
Yeah, they're not getting more than 5. If I had to pick a max, I'm going to go 6. If I had to pick a max.
Time for the NFC.
NFC East. We are going to start with, let's start with the LA Rams.
That's actually the best team in their division.
Let's start with the Rams. Texans.
Texans.
No, not Texans.
Cardinals,
Niners, and
Seahawks.
Let's start with the Rams.
Rams.
Like this Rams team, this Rams team gets me a little hyped up.
If they stay healthy, they're the best team in the NFC.
First game, let me go for the schedule before we go through. First game, hosting Houston, be a tough game. They got to go to Philadelphia week 3. They got to go to Baltimore. We don't know how the Niners are going to be yet. Seahawks, we don't know how they're going to be. They host Tampa, they can hang that one up. And then they got to host Detroit as well. So, where do you see the Rams?
If they're healthy, 14-3 ceiling. If they're not healthy, 11-6 floor. If they're healthy, they're the best team in the NFC by skill, easily. I mean, we saw that a couple years ago when they were healthy. We saw it this year when they got healthy in the postseason, but since they were all separated all season, they still had to work things out. But if they would stay healthy all the time, best team in the NFC.
I'm going to go 10-7.
You're weird.
I'm going 10-7 for the Rams. And my ceiling will be 11-6.
I don't agree at all, but okay.
Look, here's the thing about the Rams. Like, they got some competition this year on their schedule.
They always do, and they always win when healthy.
When healthy, but when they're not healthy, stuff falls apart. So I'm going to go 10-7. Let's go on from the Rams. Let's go to the Arizona Cardinals next.
Ooh, I wasn't going to take them next, but okay.
You thought I was going to take the Seahawks, did you?
Yep. But the Cardinals, I mean, they have...
I don't see anything much.
They have Kyler Murray. That's about it.
Well, they got an easy start to their first game. They got to go to New Orleans. That's an easy start for them.
And I still think they're going to sell that.
Yeah, possibly.
Tyler Shaw.
Shaw.
I mean, according to
Tyler
ESPN
Shaw,
and
Spencer
Analytics,
Rattler, who cares?
don't think about his combine. You think about just college.
Yeah, okay.
He's easily the best draft pick. That's why they took him ahead of Shador.
Okay. Hold your pipe down for a minute. Let's go for their schedule. NFC, they got to play Saints. They got to go to New Orleans.
L. Sorry, I'm gonna say winner.
They got to host Carolina. They got to They got to play San Fran twice. They got to play LA twice and Seattle twice.
L.
They got to host Green Bay. That's going to be an L for them for sure.
Yeah, so far it's looking like that.
They got to go to Tampa Bay. That's another L.
L.
They got to go to Houston. That's another L. And then go to Cincinnati is another L, and possibly to Atlanta too. So where do you see the Cardinals at?
2 wins because they don't know how to work with Kyler Murray.
They had like an 8-win season last year, and you put them down to 2.
I mean, they're a good team when they know how to work, but they almost never know how to work. I'm gonna say ceiling 9-8, might make the playoffs. Floor 2-15, kind of stinky.
I'm gonna go 7 wins is my floor, 8 is my ceiling.
Okay.
Basically the same as last year. So Seahawks are next.
If they play Jalen Milroe.
Oh boy, this Seahawks team.
Who's their quarterback? Besides Jalen,
it's Sam Darnold right now. Due to the department of Geno Smith and DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, they lost a whole lot of pieces this offseason.
Who's their receivers?
The best one they have was Jackson Smith-Njigba.
I can trust JSN. It depends on who their quarterback started. They start Sam Darnold. He's going to have a terrible year. He had one fluke of a year.
That's because he was on Minnesota. Now he's on Seattle.
You could put a random person off the street on that Minnesota team. Amazing O-line. Amazing O-line. Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison.
And TJ Hawkinson and Aaron Jones, a solid defense.
I know. There's no way you don't do good on that team. I could put Bryce Young on that team. 17-0 easily.
Good gosh. Okay, moving on. Let's just see what their record take is going to be. NFC West twice. We got to go to Pittsburgh, host Tampa Bay, go to Washington, host Houston, host Minnesota, go to Atlanta. Where do you see the Seahawks?
Ceiling 10-7, Depends on their quarterback.
Floor.
5-12. Like I said, depends on their quarterback.
A lot of people had them going 5-12 last year. I'm going to put them at 9-8 this year.
You're close to agreeing with me.
Yeah, I'm going to put it at 10-7 as a ceiling anyway. It's their basic opinion with the Rams, my personal opinion. All right, the team now we go into a team that made the Super Bowl 58, gave that away, and then have a complete come apart last season. The San Francisco 49ers.
Brock Purdy is not the answer at quarterback.
So let's go in and break down their schedule.
At all.
NFC West twice. They got swept by everybody.
They're going to again.
Oh boy. Go to Tampa Bay. Host Atlanta Sunday Night Football. Gotta go to Houston. Those are the only 3 tough games I have outside the division. Where do you see the Niners? A lot of pieces lost this offseason. They did got some more pieces back from the draft.
Ceiling 8-9, still not a playoff team. No offense to Brock Purdy, I love the dude, but he's not starting quarterback. I mean, he was Mr. Irrelevant for a reason. Let's not forget about that. And I know that people are going to say that don't matter, but that does play a big part in it. And if he went to any other team besides maybe the Colts or the Raiders, Brock Purdy would not start. He's not beating Mahomes. He's not beating Allen. He's not beating Burrow.
Not beating Lamar, Jalen Hurts,
Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers is not great. Rodgers
He's not beating Tua. He's not beating Love.
No.
I mean, the only dude he might beat would be like Trevor Lawrence, and he's still not winning that. He'd not even beat Tyler Shaw.
What about somebody on the Giants?
No, he's not. Who's the Giants quarterback? Jackson Dart. He's not beating Jackson Dart. He's not beating
Russ or Jameis Winston.
He's not beating any of them. He's not beating Tyler Shaw.
So my record take for the Niners, their floor, what were they, 7-10 last year?
Give or take.
They were 7-10 last year. I'm going to put it at 8-9. I don't see anything out of the Niners with all the pieces they lost.
Yeah, I have 8-9 ceiling.
And my
5-12 floor.
And my ceiling for the Niners, 9-8.
Yeah, I have their ceiling 8-9, their floor 5-12.
This Niners team's got to prove it.
And they got to get an actual real quarterback.
This Niners team's got to prove it this year. That'll wrap it up for this episode of the Blitz Breakdown Football Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload coming from this channel. We got some major stuff coming up this football season, so stay tuned for that. I'm Ben Neesmith alongside
Easton.
Good enough. Easton Neesmith. We'll see you in the next episode of the Blitz Breakdown Football Podcast. Stay blitz.